go and play through this level. So now if you hop up on that sponge and hop over, we can now get through this area here. Oops, grab down to you instead of the block.
So as they're playing through the level, they are in a competition, but at times they're going to have to work together in cooperation. So playing through these levels, we like to call it co-opetition. And this is one of the easier levels on the game. Not that we don't think they could have played a harder level, but apparently maybe they couldn't.
So okay, everybody hop on the horse. Hop on, there you go. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It happens. This is where the co-opetition really kicks in, is people just getting silly with the slapping. So if you hop on top of that horse, you can hop onto the barrier there. Every time you hit triangle, one of the balloons is going to come up. So if we don't hit that, you'll move faster. But, here, let me give you a hand pull on that. Alright. As you can see, we're just going to progress through the level, and this one, as you mentioned, is a very early on level.
Left behind.
Don't worry, you'll respawn. Let's go ahead and get this horse over to where we can get up there. Hop on over.
And poor Kyle doing all the work, getting none of the points.
That's all good. I'm used to it.
Uh-oh. Oh. Say goodbye. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, that was getting a little bit closer. Worried all of us were going to get pinched.
So those bubbles you're looking at there, guys, that's the same as it was in the mini games. That's how they are going to score points as they're playing. Those small bubbles are for the points. At different points in the level, there will also be big bubbles with objects inside of them. When you get those larger bubbles, those are unlocks for the game. So when you're playing through these levels at home, you'll have the ability to constantly add new features to your game.
Nicely done. All right. So again, this is just showing the physics-based action platformer. Good. Okay, so everybody up. Now we've got a key over here. So if two of us get over here and somebody else runs and jumps and grabs onto that sponge, you can swing over. That's unlocking a mini game or a challenge or objects that you're going to be able to use to make your levels. So right here we've got, this is how tutorials are done in the game. You just press the button and a movie's going to come up and it's going to show you how to do things. This particular one is showing us how to do stickers. So what I'm going to do is pin the tail on the donkey. So, how many tails do we want? There we go. Oh,
bye, donkey.
It's leaving us.
So I had a good question down here at the front. The question was, when can we buy this game? This game will be coming out late this fall.
See, we've got 4 of us, 3, 2, 1, and then hop on the horse when we get going. And you can hold on for dear life onto this sponge up front, or one another, as the case may be. Now when we go jumping here, we have to try and keep the horse level. If you use the stick, you can actually mess with the angle of the horse. This one was relatively easy. Later on, you've got skateboard levels, which are monstrous. And that...
So here they come when they all go to the finish line.
So when we go onto the moon, you've got various levels that you can do here. This effectively reflects your hard drive. So as we dive in, we can create a level. I'm going to create a blank level real quick. All of the objects that you gather in the game, you're going to actually be picking them up in the bubbles, and you'll actually unlock objects. I've obviously cheated on this one. One, I've got a jetpack while I'm in create mode. But I also cheated and unlocked everything. At least everything that's in this particular build. As you can see, there's a couple of objects, materials, things in here that you can go through. There's 1 or 2 different materials, and objects can get a little bit daunting. One of the things that I am going to do right out of the gates is, you know, we need a level, we need a background. This blank background isn't cutting it for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a background here. What do we want to do here?
Where do you guys want to be? Look at the options you have up there. I heard ice. A couple ice. Ice, ice, baby.
You guys like the wilderness background? We've got Metropolis or Savannah. Now we've got our background. Now this environment is going to reflect, the entire level is going to feel like it's from that area. So as we go through, we're going to be able to tell where we are rather than having that blank background. I'm going to go ahead and put some obstacles in here. One of the simple things we can do is we can take materials. So I've got various shapes that I can make anything out of. In this case, I'm going to use a triangle. So now with this triangle I've got it here, I can make it more thick, Then I can change what plane it's on. We do have 3 planes plus a back plane. In this particular case, with the competition, we need to have obstacles. So I'm going to make some small little hurdles here. So I'm just going to put one there. I've got 7 of them there. Now if I wanted to, I could actually take this and I can actually select multiple objects. So I can grab those 2, hit L3, and now I've got copies of it. And I can take those and place them wherever I'd like. Now when I let them go, they all gain physics and they drop down in the environment. Let me zoom the camera in and then back out so I've got a little bit of a better view. So here's our little hurdles. Now, little spongy hurdles don't sound very intimidating, so let's do something to these hurdles. Let's make them fire. Okay, well that was quick.
Pyromaniacs at PAX 2008.
Electricity, fire, and the horrible gas tools. So I think we're going to do a couple on fire and a couple, we'll get back to talking about the people next to you. Okay, so in particular, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to light it on fire, and I'm going to take this one and light it on fire. And let's do one more on fire since that seemed to be very popular. So now we've got several dangerous hurdles here. But really, that still doesn't look that intimidating to me. Let me go back here, and I'm going to grab, not sponge, let's grab some wood. I'm going to make it a square. I'm going to flatten that out and put it in the back plane. I can actually scale this up, down, I can rotate it, I can do whatever I want. In this case, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to take this piece here. If I press and hold X and drag, I can actually make a large object. Now when I exit out, this is also going to gain physics. Everything in this game, it's a physics-based action platformer. So boom, that piece of wood drops into the world as if it were real. So, now, if I'm going to do this though, now it's just a piece of wood in my ice level, which just doesn't seem appealing. So if I wanted to, I could go here and I can do stencils to make this a little more interesting. I've also got a few objects in here that I've hearted that I kind of like. Here's we can little metal action there. We do have a dangerous object here, so I want people to be aware of this one, and that one, but you guys are kind of screwed on the other ones. I'm not going to warn you about those. And of course, we all heard LBB. So now I can also go in here if I wanted to, and I can make another sticker, which is a little bit more interesting.
So let's have you guys be part of the level. Let me have the crowd get in here, get hands up in the air there. Beautiful. Now we got to get the other half of the crowd in here too. There we go. Good up.
Very nice. Okay.
And then finally, I think we want Kyle to be in the game.
Oh geez. Well, if we're gonna put me in there, let's put me on the spot. Quite literally.
There it is.
So this is all fine and dandy, but when it comes down to it, we all want something a little more interesting. Let's go with some objects, vehicles. Okay, what do we want to do here? You guys haven't seen many vehicles. We can do a lowrider, or a jumping tank, or a rocket car. What do we want to do? That was easy.
Yeah.
That didn't take very much. So the rocket car is right here. There's a rocket car. So I'm going to put one there. Actually, wait a second. I'm going to put 4 of you on here. I'm going to make you fight for it. I'm going to put 3 rocket cars out. So hopefully, 3 of you will make it here. One other thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this. I'm a little worried about you guys not making it through my obstacles, so I'm going to put a checkpoint right here. That way, at least if you die, you're going to pop out after everything. So we've got a mad dash for the rocket cars.